Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. Today, we are taking a look at from the Takara Legends line. This is Armada Starscream Super Mode. And no, I did not make a mistake. The box, the instructions actually refer to this figure as Armada Starscream Super Mode. Which I'm a little surprised about because, as you know, in Japan, the name of the Armada series was Micron Legend. But I figured they might assume that a lot of American fans would be interested in this figure, so they went ahead with the US name. Now, when this toy was first released by Hasbro in the Armada line, it was called Thundercracker. But in the cartoon, both US and Japanese, it was always referred to as Starscream, with the understanding that this was a powered up mode. I just assumed that Hasbro figured a blue Starscream repaint most people would recognize as Thundercracker, but which caused a little confusion between the animation and the toy line. But hey, it was a good toy. It was actually the first Transformer I bought getting back into collecting. I had read reviews of Starscream, and I couldn't find Starscream at the time. But since Thundercracker was the repaint and I like blue, I went for that, and it's been downhill ever since. So a little bit of a special connection to this figure. Uh, right off the bat, I want to mention that the landing gear here is much tighter than on the US release, and I had to use a great deal of force to get it out. Also, the clear plastic here for the swords, the back of Starscream's head, as well as the back of the launchers, gives me a little bit of concern. Um, as you may know, in the Legends line, when they've been doing those Fembot repaints, they've been using clear plastic, and I've heard that there's chipping, some breakage. So I don't know. I mean, there's nothing remolded here because they've been doing the remolds in clear plastic. But as we'll see in robot mode, there's a large swath of clear plastic on the back of Starscream's head. So that might be a little bit of a pause. Well, we'll pause here speaking and continue with the transformation. Okay, for transformation, what you want to do is just go ahead, fold up the landing gear, just like so. Come around the front, bring down the arms. They peg into the underside of the wings. Go ahead and do that. Then go ahead and fold down the nose cone. But actually, before you fold down the nose cone, you want to come in underneath, flip down that little face panel, and then fold down the nose cone. Then what you can do is, you can do it from this position. Separate the legs. You want to rotate them down at the knee, and then fold them forward at the thigh cut. Go ahead, flip up the fins, and then here on the bottom, go ahead, flip forward the feet, and then you can come in and grab the heel spurs. I should mention that the heel spurs as well are rather tight. I guess that's because of the extra paint and what have you. You can stand the figure up just like so. Next, what you want to go ahead and do is bring the whole chest section down. That will pop up Starscream's head, and adjusting the camera, it will snap into place here, and the nose cone will slightly peg into some, there's like some holes on the underside that will peg into some tabs. Next, just go ahead and bring down the launchers. They tab into what was the shoulder area, and these will then tab back into the lower section of the back. Go ahead, fold the wings up and forward. They're still on ball joints, which is very nice. And then to finish everything off, go ahead and fold out the fists. Rather simple transformation to get Starscream into its robot mode. Come in here and show you the head, which I mentioned earlier has a big old swath of clear plastic. And also, I don't know if they did something here with the how it's attached, but there's the clear plastic. If you can see, and let me just bring it forward, and it's angled upward. Now, I can't bend it forward, and I'm a little hesitant to use a lot of force because I'm afraid of the clear plastic chipping, but you can see the translucent eyes there. And that light piping really is coming through quite nicely. Um, Moving back, there are some features. First, for an attack mode, you can bring up the shoulder launchers again and just tab them back into place. It's a two-stage pressure launcher, and this does work in vehicle mode as well, whereas the first step you brings the vent forward, and then the next step will fire, just like so. You can then go ahead and push it all back. It is a pressure launcher, so you can leave the missile in. It won't weaken the spring. And next, of course, as you saw at the jet mode, there are the swords. Now, to me, the swords feel a little flimsier in terms of staying together. Also, when pegging them into the hand, I guess because the hand's been painted over in that silver paint, they do not go in as far or as easily, and I'm very hesitant to force them due to the clear plastic of the swords and not wanting them to break. But they just unpeg from the back and you just fold them out, and you can, I'm not exaggerating, there is a little bit of force there. Get this one in, there you go, and there you go. Get the swords in, and this is just a really great looking figure. That you have a nice gloss blue paint here. I like the gunmetal gray on the hands, even though it makes the swords hard to hold. And you do have the nice silver accents here on the knee and the foot, and with Starscream's head done up in that gray and red, as well as we just saw. Um, Really is a cool figure. I mean, there's not much here I can say that's different than the original Armada Starscream. Just the same articulation. He has the same very intricate elbow piping there to cover up the gappage, if you will. Um, Everything pretty much just works the same. It's just done in a better coat of paint. Starscream's a fun figure. Now, unless you have a connection to this version of the character like I do, or just a fan of the Armada Micron Legends series, I have a hard time recommending it since it is pretty sure some sort of exclusive repaint. But it is nice to have, and it's nice to see that they went ahead and did this. Now, in America, the Transformers Collectors Club will be giving us the Skywarp and Ramjet versions of this mold with the retooled fin head. And I never had that mold, so I don't know if there's more retooling than just the head. But as of this recording, it's February 5th, 2016. I don't know if Takara will somehow go ahead and do the Skywarp and Ramjet versions. Who knows? They might not. I got this figure from Big Bad Toy Store. It's in stock now, and you can get yours from there as well, or other import retailers of your choosing. This is your old pal Chuck for Super Mode Starscream. We will see you next time.